Well, okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino, and we have to talk yet again because it just keeps on coming. So, Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. So, we get this private payrolls number today, abysmal, and no one can understand it. Why did this number come in so badly? Isn't our economy booming? Aren't we doing fantastic? Well, that's the narrative, but look, it's in your freaking face. It's in my face. The economy is dead. It's a dead man walking, and it's going to get a lot worse. Don't listen to me. Listen to, economists here who sometimes get it right, who are saying the worst is yet to come here. We heard from Stephen Roach yesterday saying exactly that. The economy is bad, and the worst is yet to come. I mean, can I get a duh? Duh! Duh! Please. I know it's early, but I need a duh just to get my head on right. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. I'm laughing. So we heard from, here it comes, are you ready? The ghoul! The ghoul of the Fed, the ghoul herself, Loretta Mester. You know, if you're new here, just open up, a search engine and just look at a picture of Loretta Mester. It's not human, okay? There's no way that thing is human. It's hideous. But this is what she had to say. The Federal Reserve will continue to raise rates moving forward because they are determined to do something about inflation. And of course, they're data dependent. Let me ask you something. We've been hearing data dependent, since like forever with the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve, they're so data dependent that they missed their 2% target on inflation by like miles and miles and miles that were at 9%, okay, or better, according to their own numbers here. So let's see, the Fed is data dependent. They're going to do the appropriate thing because they're always right. And that's exactly what they are doing, people. This is deliberate. And things like the ghoul of the Federal Reserve know that. They're on a mission here to destroy you. You are a target of the Federal Reserve. Remember how many years have I been saying that if you're a member of the middle class, you have a tattoo on your face in the shape of a target. And that is the Federal Reserve who's going right after you. What are you doing about it? Are you blogging about it? Are you at least sharing these blogs? Are you talking about it? I don't see people taking to the streets. So I guess, you got to utilize some other method here because you are being systematically exterminated. It's absolutely incredible. So right off the bat, we got this it's an abysmal. We added 132,000 private sector jobs, and no one can understand what's going on. Why? And then, of course, we're hearing from yet more big retailers who are saying, enough is enough. We're going to be letting people go. So don't listen to Greg Mannarino anymore. It's over. It's going down in a big way. Now, talking about over. You watching that 10-year yield this morning? Number one, I expect the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, to jump higher this morning, get deeper into high risk orange, okay? This is free to everyone. I hope you utilize this resource. Link in the description of this video. Right now, as I am doing this video blog, trading doesn't start for about 31 minutes. Okay, this is what's happening. 10-year yield 3.14. Market's not going to like it. Stronger dollar, okay? Crude oil getting slammed yet again. Why? Because of the continuing bad economic news. Is it going to stay this way? I don't think so. Energy prices around the world are surging. Just here by some miracle, crude oil is low. Energy prices are staying low here. You know why? This is the midterm election phenomenon. Happens every single time. Doesn't matter what administration is in there. They manage to somehow, prior to the midterms, keep energy suppressed, crude oil. So people go to the pump and they say, wow, oh, my loving president and my loving representatives, they really do care about me. So I'm going to vote for them again. Look at it, they're buying votes. Just like, the bullshit debt forgiveness, which is just going to bury these people in more debt than they can ever imagine. It's such a scheme. It really is, but I think you are well aware of that. So we have that thing today. Watch that 10-year yield. Watch the dollar. Watch the MMRI because it utilizes, again, the dollar, 10-year yield, and a neat little equation comes up with a number, okay? And I think it's a beautiful thing. So on the back of this, stock futures are higher this morning. Okay, we'll see how that plays out. I can promise you if we continue to see that 10-year yield rise, global bond yields rise, market's not going to like that. And you know that in this environment, okay, things change here. And that's what we're looking at. It's not honestly so much the number, people. It's the pace at where we're getting them. Global bond yields they're rising. What does it mean? You know what this means. Bonds are selling off around the world, and we're seeing a pretty significant sell-off in the stock market. So you got bonds selling off, you got stocks selling off, you got people knee-jerking into the dollar here. Cash should be going into commodities right now, gold and silver especially, but the game is being played, and it's always the same story. Let's look over at silver is getting hit this morning. Why? Because the derivative is down. Imagine my shock here. You got gold under pressure. Imagine my shock there too. You have crude oil, like I said, getting decimated. You got Bitcoin hovering around 20,000. That's where we stand this morning. What can I tell you, people? It is a freak show of the highest order. It's very difficult to stay sane in this environment where everything is so twisted, upside down, backwards. When you got, the mainstream propaganda ministry, they're absolutely stunned. They don't understand why things are what they are. Like this private payrolls number this morning. Why is it so bad? Duh, because it's over. The economy is collapsing. It's over. I mean, the stock market may not be collapsing at this point here, and it certainly isn't. Absolutely not. We've seen it take a hit lately, but we had quite a run up higher. And look, and this is the truth, you know this, unless some kind of action is taken here by central banks to buy more debt, it's frankly over. The market is going to melt down, and then we're going to see a reversal here. We're going to see a sell-off here in the debt market that people they're going to be so shocked when it actually begins. We saw it already. You remember we watched the 10-year yield spike all the way up to 3.5, a little over 3.5. Market hated that. That's going to look like a walk through the park on a beautiful, lovely spring day with birds chirping and beautiful floral odors and the scents in the air. And it's going to be... Seriously, nothing. This is going to be epic when we get that meltdown in the debt market, and it's going to destroy the stock market. It's going to destroy it. Like people have no idea. And then commodities, in my view, are going to take off because cash is just going to move like it always does, people, from one set of assets into another. And I want you to be on the right side of this. I sincerely believe you need to be of all hard assets, it's got to be physical silver. Again, do your own homework on this. Check out the Dow gold ratio, gold silver ratio, and you'll see why I am saying what I'm saying. I've been saying this for the longest time. Massively undervalued, deliberately being suppressed. The price action of physical metals here in an environment where global debt is out of freaking control, getting progressively worse. It must get worse just to allow the system to function, and you all know that. All right, look, so let's just summarize real quick. We got the goal. Every time I say that, I have to make this face. The goal of the Fed, Loretta Mester. All right, saying that the Fed is going to raise rates moving forward because they're data dependent. And if the data says they must raise rates, that's exactly what they're going to do. And then we got this abysmal miss here with private sector jobs. Imagine Greg Mannarino. Imagine your shock. You must be stunned. No, you're laughing. You're laughing because you knew that's exactly what is going to happen. Let me tell you something that's missing. If you were to turn on the mainstream media outlets, any of the financial channels, they're not going to tell you at all what's going on in the debt market around the world or here. It's like, you got to keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anyone, because then they're going to get confused. Have them focus on the stock market, not its driver. And that's the same thing that the crash callers do. Understand? There's really no difference, for the most part, between the monthly crash callers who have you focus on the stock market, just like the mainstream media does, and me, who's explaining to you to focus on the driver of the stock market. So the crash callers have been wrong consistently, well, forever. They've never been right once. But it's coming this month. The crash is this month. Oh, no, it was last month. Oh, I was wrong there. Oh, 3 months ago, I was wrong there too. But it's coming this month. I promise you. This is how do they have a single follower? I have no idea. But they do. Some have more than I do. It's amazing. All right, look, love you a lot. Please ponder the things I've covered here. Let me know what you think. Share the video. I'll see you at the end of the day.